Hello everybody, Cooper here, and welcome back to another episode of my NBA 2K25 MyGM series here with the Los Angeles Lakers today. Well, yesterday. Well, not yesterday. I recorded the last video yesterday. But in the last episode, I told a bit of a fib. I said that today we're going to be doing the NBA Cup game against the San Antonio Spurs. I've already done an NBA Cup game against the San Antonio Spurs this series. So we're going to be skipping forward one day, and coincidentally we're going to be playing the Memphis Grizzlies, and they are the second best team in the West, I think, or the third seed. Let's double check. They're the third seed. We're equal first with Minnesota. So we're going to skip this game against the Spurs. Hopefully we get the win. We do. Very nice. And we won by 14 at home. Mathurin had 28 and 6. Cam Thomas was good. A little inefficient from the field. Did foul out after 30 minutes. Dillingham also had 22. Jovic was good. LaMelo fouled out after 20 minutes. And Okongwu and Bronny did pretty good as well. Christian Brown got some points off the bench. And if we head over to the Spurs, Hugh Ford, who's the second-year pro out of Illinois State, had 34, 3 and 4, playing at point guard. Wemby had 28 and 10 with 4 blocks. Stephon Castle was in the game. Devin Vassell, PJ Washington, who signed from Dallas in the offseason, got some points. Strus, who recently got traded, I believe, from the Cavs. We'll have a look at that in a minute. And then Hartenstein got some points off the bench as well. But yes, there have already been a few trades in the offseason. We can see that Kelvin Johnson and Anderson Jameson, who I believe is a rookie, got traded for Max Strus and a first-round pick from the Cavs. And then there was this other trade between the Timberwolves and the Kings. And I just reminded myself, we hired Ime Udoka as a scout because I was having a look at our staff. I was like, in the offseason, we're not going to do many changes, but I saw that Ime Udoka was available and he's got actually pretty good attributes for being a scout. So we signed him up on a 4-year deal. We got rid of our other scout, as our other scout had good potential, but only had about 3-star ability. So Ime Udoka is now a scout. We've got today's game against the Grizzlies. Their roster is very good. If we have a look at them, they've got Ja, they've got Mark Williams, Josh Patterson, who's the number 2 pick from last year. Clint Capella has signed a minimum deal to sign up with them. Gigi Jackson, who we know is very good. Jabari Walker, I think, signed a contract with them in free agency. Desmond Bane is injured with a strained groin. I don't know if he's going to play. Ben Simmons, who was on our team last year, signed with them. Scottie Pippen Jr., former Laker. Gary Payton, former Laker. Zach Edey is injured, unfortunately, so we won't see much of him today. But they've got a good squad, so it'll be interesting to see how we go up against them. It is a home game. I'm excited for this one. Let's get into it. It is time for some NBA basketball. It's the glitz and glamour of Los Angeles up against the grit and grind of the Grizzlies. And I'm very excited for this game. Both teams off to a phenomenal start in this season's regular season. We've got the home advantage, but the Grizzlies have done very well to start the season. Surprisingly, they lost Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr. in the offseason. But they've replaced him with Mark Williams. They've got some young guys who are hoping to step up today. And we get the toss to go, or the jump ball, I should say. I can't see Desmond Bane out there, so I dare say he's not playing. Anyway, we get LaMelo, who's got the Morant matchup, if I can get my words out. Cam Thomas on the perimeter on Gigi Jackson. We'll kick it to the corner. Actually, Jovic is up top with a bit of space. Get the 3 to go. He misses the first jumper of the game. Now, Cam Thomas on Gigi Jackson in transition is a tough job because Gigi Jackson obviously has a bit of size on Cam Thomas, so that is going to be an interesting one to look out for. We'll go pick and fade again with Jovic. LaMelo, let's see if we can get to the rim. We can. Can't draw the foul, but we get the 2 points back. And I like the look of Patterson, the number 2 pick in last year's draft on Memphis, number 48. He's about to come off the screen and get it. He's a big boy. He's got the headband. He's got a couple of tats. I like the look of him. You find Dillingham in the post. There we go. You get a slam. He's averaging about 19 points a game so far. I think he's outperforming actually Damon Galloway, who was the #1 pick from last year. But we'll have a look at that. Sort of have a look at the young guys. Compare notes, see how they're going to start the year. Jovic in the corner. Hits this three. Get the lead back for the Lakers. Actually, it's the first lead of the game for the Lakers. Ja Morant going to get to the rim. Is challenged. That's a very athletic finish. Obviously, very athletic. Has had a few off-the-court issues in the last couple of years, but when on the court, he is a very talented prospect. LaMelo this time gets to the rim. Not the athlete that Ja Morant is, but has the body control to go up left or right-handed. Probably not in the same class as someone like a Kyrie Irving, but maybe a step below. Obviously, a very good playmaker and shooter. But we don't want to make it a habit leaving him open on the perimeter. G.G. Jackson gets up in the air. Cam Thomas blows the dunk. Mark Williams with the late contest does a good job. Patterson now down low. There's got about 3 or 4 guys on him. Jovic ends up with it. We'll flick it to Okongwu, who does have the lane. He lost the lane. Cam Thomas in the corner on Ja. We'll give it back to Dillingham. Hasn't scored yet. This time gets the dunk over Mark Williams. That was wonderful. And the Grizzlies call timeout. Coming out of the timeout, we've made an early sub. I've checked in Kent Gary. I want to see what he can do. He's 7'5". He's one of the tallest players in the league. Patterson for 3 knocks it down. Ties the game up for the Grizzlies. But I want to see what our big man can do. He's had a couple of games where he's done a bit of nothing, but I'm hopeful that he can step up for 3 here. Can't hit that shot. Is a capable shooter, but probably more comfortable in the mid-range than right out on the perimeter. Mark Williams, guarded down low by LaMelo. Kent Gary gets a rebound. Not the most athletic guy in the league, but is a big body. And I think he's got one of the guards on him, so we'll post up. Wait for the double to come. Double doesn't come. Gets the dunk! Kent Gary's got some points on the board. Let's get the screen and roll. Not with LaMelo and Jovic. I want it with Gary and LaMelo. Here we go. We get the screen. There's the roll. Goes up with it. Gets the and one. Kent Gary's got 4 on the game. Not good from the foul line for Kent Gary. Normally the big guys, when they get that big, they aren't good from the foul line. Kent Gary, good contest at the rim. Mark Williams ends up with the tip in. LaMelo, we've got another pick and roll. He stays with it. Gary ends up with it again. Gets 2 more. He's leading the way with 6 for the Lakers. And I've just had a sneak peek at Kent Gary's free throw attribute. It's a 70. So it's not terrible. We just missed the free throw, unfortunately. Mark Williams down low. Has a big body on him, but does finish. And Mark Williams is sort of, I'm not going to call him undersized because he's playing against someone who's 7'5". But he does have a body on him, which can be a bit tough to defend. As this time Kent Gary gets blocked down low. But we maintain possession. Jabari Walker's checked into the game for the Grizz. As we've got Cam Thomas on a pick and fade. I don't necessarily mind that. We'll take the long 2. He misses his first shot of the ball game. It's Jabari Walker in the corner. LaMelo not doing too bad a job on Ja Morant in transition. Jabari Walker knocks down the 3. Extends the lead to the Grizzlies. And I think if I remember correctly, Jabari Walker was someone that we looked at in free agency. We didn't end up making him an offer, but the option was there. Mark Williams gets a second foul on the game. He's going to have to come out. Kent Gary proving to be very useful in this first quarter. Gary makes both his free throws. Grizzlies call timeout. And a few adjustments made for both teams. Spencer, not someone I recognize. He might be a rookie as well. But Jabari Walker again for 3. We've left him open a few times. Misses on this occasion. LaMelo's going to advance the ball to Cam Thomas, who's wide open. Knocks down his first jumper of the game. Back on the defensive now. Patterson, Spencer, Walker. Matherin's into the game for the first time. Spencer ends up with it. Capella's into the game. She's These Grizzlies are just swinging the ball around like nobody's business. Ja pulls up at the elbow. I was going to say he misses. Looked like he was going to miss, but ends up finishing very nicely. And he's averaging about 30 points a game this season. LaMelo going to try and find Gary again down low. Goes up with it and is blocked once again. The trouble with Gary is, as tall as he is, he's not very athletic. Anyway, we'll get the ball in. We've got 12 seconds on the shot clock. We'll go for the pick and roll again. Gary ends up with it. Gets the slam. I don't know how that pass got through, but great find by Cam Thomas. And when Gary can go straight up and dunk it, that's where he's at his most strong. We'll get Okoro in a pick and fade. LaMelo finds Okoro, finds Mathurin, who's actually got a bit of space. I think that's a long two. No, he's stuck behind the line. He gets the 3 to go. His first points of the ball game. That's a tough contest. Great job defensively by the Lakers. LaMelo had Ja Morant on the back foot, but didn't go for it. We'll go to Mathurin in the corner. Just coming off a three-pointer made. Back-to-back threes for Mathurin. So Ja Morant finds Jabari Walker in the mid-range. Sort of faces up. Mathurin not at his strongest down there. Double comes. Ja trying to break down LaMelo. Pulls up in the mid-range again. Misses on this occasion. Okoro gets the rebound. We're going to run the break. Cam Thomas has space. Launches for 3. Knocks it down. Starting to hit a few shots now, the Lakers. And when we're shooting well, that's when we're at our strongest. Lead is now 9 with 2.5 to go in the first. Ja Morant actually is going to get a dunk here. Little lax on the defense by LaMelo. Cam Thomas picks up Ja Morant. Patterson. Capella. As I said earlier, the Grizzlies have a squad. And that is an illegal screen by Capella. 2-for-1's probably not on the cards, I dare say. We'll go pick and roll. There we go. We find Gary this time. Fouled from behind by Capella. A second foul on Capella. So we've got 2 fouls on Capella, 2 fouls on Mark Williams. So Kent Gary doing his job in this first quarter, getting the bigs into foul trouble just with his sheer size. And even if he's not shooting particularly well from the field, I think he's shooting at about 50%. He's knocking down his free throws, and that's all you can ask from your big man. Get a few boards, a block here and there. You know, at the end of the day, he was he was an early second round pick. As Ja Morant gets another layup to go, we might get one more possession here. So we should milk it for all it's worth. We'll go pick and fade with Okoro and LaMelo. LaMelo's going to get a layup here. Very nice finish in the end. There's 3 seconds to go in this quarter. Lakers up by 7. Ja probably going to go for a heave here. Just misses on this occasion, but an excellent start from the Lakers. A surprising appearance from Kent Gary early on, and he hasn't disappointed. We'll look at the box score for the Grizzlies in this first quarter. Ja Morant played the whole quarter, 12 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 6 for 9 from the field, missed a free throw. Sorry, not a free throw, a three-pointer. It was pretty good, has to be said. LaMelo, not a bad defensive effort by any means, just Ja Morant was very good. Josh Patterson, second overall pick in last year's draft, as we said. I said he was averaging about 19 points. I told a fib. He's averaging about 14. But has 5 points on 2 of 3 shots, 3-pointers. Went in, got a rebound, was very good. G.G. Jackson was good. Mark Williams was good. Got into foul trouble early, as did Capella. And then Cam Spencer, who's actually a second-round pick in the 2024 draft, late second-round pick. Had an okay rookie season. Hasn't played much this season, so we'll see what he can produce going forward. And then the rest of their guys haven't played, including 2 of our former players from last year's roster. But if we head over to our side of things, Kent Gary, the surprise packet. Not good career stats. 3.5 points isn't bad. 0.7 rebounds, 0.3 assists, and 0.3 blocks you can live with. But 41% from the field's a little gross. But he's having a good game. 12 points, 3 rebounds, 4 of 8 from the field is okay, but 4 or 5 from the foul line for a guy who's 69 overall, pretty good. LaMelo, has been our star point guard all season, or our star guy all season. if we look at his numbers, he's been excellent. A little down on the rebounds, but been pretty good to start the year. Cam Thomas, doing Cam Thomas things, hit a couple of threes to start the game. 6 points, a couple of assists, played the whole quarter. We'll give him a break going into the second. Mathurin was good off the bench, hit a pair of threes. Jovic hit a three, got some rebounds, not too bad. Dillingham only played a handful of minutes. Okoro checked in, played some power forward for us. And Okongwu, we gave him a bit of a spell early in the quarter just because I wanted to get Kent Gary into the game. But we'll check him in at the start of the second, as we've made a few subs just to get some of our guys into the game and see what they can produce. And if we have a look at the team comparison, the field goal percentages is actually identical. Both teams 14 for 23 from the field. We've just shot a few more threes and free throws, which typically is the case. They've got more points in the paint. We've got more points on the fast break. Our bench points have been really good. Assists have been good. Their rebounds and blocks have been pretty good. We haven't turned the ball over, which is nice. And we've got our biggest lead was 9. It's currently 7, so not the end of the world. But we'll see how the rest of this game plays out. The Grizzlies are the 3rd seed in the West, so they are competitive. And I expect them to turn it up in the second quarter. So let's get into it. We're not going to delay it any longer. We're going to have Dillingham guarding Morant, which is a little problematic because Dillingham, not the strongest defender, but both of them very quick. And Ja Morant just shows his explosiveness right there. Exactly what I'm talking about. A little bit slow to start the quarter. We haven't actually scored this quarter, I don't think. Actually, Dillingham has a dunk. But apart from that, it's not been pretty as the Grizz down by 1 now. Really doing a good job this quarter. We'll go pick and roll with a Okongwu. Actually, Wiggins is in the corner. Here we go. We miss another jumper. It wasn't a bad find by Dillingham. We just got to knock the shot down. Ja Morant goes up with 2. And they now have the lead. Okay, Dillingham trying to get by Ja. Goes up with a dunk. And the rule of verticality. Get up as high as you can. And, his head was almost at the rim. Very good work by Dillingham. He now has 6. And most importantly, gets the lead back for the Lakers. Screen coming from Jabari Walker. We sort of ignore it. Ja Morant wanting to take the 3. And hits it. 19 on the game for Ja Morant so far. Dillingham launches the ball to Nikola Jovic. Gets those 3 points right back. We'll go Okongwu and Gary in the pick and roll. Gary goes up on Ben Simmons. He now has 14 on the game. He steps back to the 3-point line, gives him some space. Goes for the step back. Misses. Dillingham gets the rebound. Kent Gary has space, runs the lane. Now has 16. I like that Ben Simmons is in the game right now. We can sort of give him space. Kent Gary tried to contest that, but Dillingham ends up on Ja. That's only Gary's first foul. I'm surprised he doesn't get more fouls, but that is just a great finish by Ja Morant. Game now tied at 50 apiece. Kent Gary going to go with the screen on Ja. We find Gary down low. Goes up with the right hand. Has 18 in the first half. 1 for 2 at the line. Gary gets another rebound. LaMelo, what are you doing? Okay. Gary, screen and roll. Actually, LaMelo's going to get a dunk here. There we go, and 1! Ja Morant concedes the foul. LaMelo didn't wait for Gary, just took off and took the foul. And now we just got to hit the free throw, which we do. Just under 4.5 to go in the second quarter. It's been pretty good so far by the Grizzlies. Staying in it. Ja Morant has LaMelo on him. A little afraid to go in the paint. It's another foul. Ja Morant going back to the line. Again, the Grizzlies 1 for 2 at the line. Gary 18 and 5 in the first half. We'll go Jovic in the pick and fade. I think we've been a bit too Gary-centric so far in this game. Cam Thomas for 3. There we go. He's been pretty quiet so far. That's his 3rd 3 of the ball game. We haven't hit that many threes this quarter. That might even be the first of the quarter. Good contest by Gary. Mark Williams, just a strong body, got it to go. Obviously, Williams and LaMelo, former teammates on the Charlotte Hornets. Both in different places now. Kent Gary going down low. Got the offensive rebound. Has 20 in the first half. Spencer running the lane. Oh, Cam Thomas just goes absolutely nowhere. It's a second foul on Mathurin, 4th of the quarter for the team. We've got to do better than that. Where do we go from here? We'll go Jovic in the pick and fade. LaMelo pulls up the mid-range. Hits it. He's got 13 on the game. He's been pretty sneaky, but we've spent most of the first half trying to set up Kent Gary in the paint, to be honest. So, anyway, Okongwu's back in to guard Mark Williams. GG Jackson thought about pulling the three. Mark Williams at the top. Ja Morant for three. Hits it again. Ja Morant gets the lead back for the Grizzlies. All right, pick and fade. LaMelo fakes the screen. He's going to get a dunk here. There we go. 15 on the game for LaMelo. LaMelo, defensive results aside, is having a pretty good game. Ja Morant scored 30 in the first half. Patterson thought about going to the rim, got stopped. Morant being guarded very closely by LaMelo Ball. Ja Morant throws the lob to Mark Williams. Catches it. Lead back to 3 for the Grizzlies. Less than a minute to go. Ideally, we'd like to be at least equal going into the second half. Cam Thomas launches a quick 3. Can't get it to go. Trying to get that 2 for 1. Couldn't get it. Okongwu has the GG Jackson assignment. And now Mark Williams is on Cam Thomas. Oh, jeez. Good job, Cam Thomas. Ah. Okay. One last play. We can get just an easy basket. We're obviously not going to be up. Oh, here we... Oh, no. Okongwu for 3. It's something. We'll take it. 4 seconds to go. Excuse... What are we doing, guys? Oh, for God's sake. Okay, that is dumb. That is not the way we wanted to end the first quarter, but it's only 4 points. Let's head into the break. This time we'll start with our stats going into the break. Kent Gary coming off the bench in 15 minutes. 20 points, 6 rebounds. No real steals or blocks. 8 for 16 from the field. 4 or 5 from the foul line. He's been pretty good. Not bad. You know, all things considered. LaMelo Ball's been good. 15, 1 and 5. Hasn't missed a shot inside the paint. But he hasn't hit a 3 yet. So we'll keep an eye on that. Cam Thomas is 3 for 4 from deep. Has a couple assists to his name. Jovic, 2 of 5 from deep. 8, 3 and 1 on the game. Mathurin's also got a couple of threes. Dillingham, in his limited minutes, is perfect from the field. 6, 1 and 4 on the game. Okongwu hit that last 3 to end the quarter. Christian Brown, Okoro, Wiggins only played a handful of minutes. Pretty interesting how the game has gone so far. And if we head over to the Grizzlies, Ja Morant's played the entire game so far. 32 points, 11 assists to go with his 3 rebounds. 14 for 20 from the field. 2 of 4 from deep. 2 of 3 from the foul line. Mark Williams has been really good at center. Jabari Walker's been good. Josh Patterson's been good. GG Jackson, also good. Clint Capella's probably been a little disappointing. Does have 7 rebounds and a block, but 1 for 4 from the field and I think 2 or 3 fouls. Yeah, 2 fouls. So not his best effort, but there is still opportunity for us to come back in this game. We just got to be a lot better, basically. We probably didn't shoot enough threes, so we probably got to double down a little bit. But if we have a look at the team comparison, we are taking a lot less threes than usual, and it shows in our efforts, basically. We're shooting a worse percentage. They're 31 for 48 from the field. They are doing incredibly well, getting to the rim far too easily. We've only taken 18 threes in the first half, which we normally make 18 in the first half. So we're still shooting good percentages, but we're just not doing well enough, basically. They've been exceptional. You know, that second quarter, they absolutely killed us. And we just got to be better. That's all that has to be said. But we'll get into the second half, we'll put a lineup together that I think will be half decent, and hopefully we can get back into the game. Time for the second half, and we've gone with a little bit more of a 3-point centric defensive lineup. Bronny James has checked in for the first time today. We've got LaMelo at the point. Cam Thomas is in and around the 3. Ja Morant gets another dunk. What's new? We've got Mathurin at the 4. And we've got Okongwu at the 5. Now we've got a bit of a mission on our hands. Hopefully we can get stuff done. LaMelo gets to the rim, gets fouled by Spencer. Both free throws made by LaMelo. We've just got to be a lot better on the defensive side of the ball. But the scoring is not, bad at all. But just we are getting killed defensively as Ja Morant puts up a 3. Bronny gets his first stat of the game, which is a rebound. Gets to the rim on Cam Spencer. Makes the layup. Now it's only a 2-point game. 14 lead changes and 10 ties in the game so far. Patterson in the mid-range. Misses. Mathurin gets the rebound. Let's run. We've got Mark Williams. He's not in the paint. Mathurin's going to get to the rim. I was thinking about dishing to the corner, but the scores are now tied. Patterson on the perimeter. Has the size advantage on Mathurin. Wait and see what can happen there. LaMelo on the back cut. Trying to stay with Ja. Gets the rebound. Here we go. Williams a bit slow-footed. Mathurin's in the corner if we can get it to him. We probably should have taken the layup with Okongwu. But Mathurin gets the 3. We're back in the lead. Coming out of the timeout. Spencer driving on Bronny James. Trying to get to the rim. Ja Morant. Another wide open 3. Knocks it down. And the game is tied up once again. LaMelo gets by the Mark Williams screen. Mathurin just can't body Williams down low. He's a big boy. But Mathurin is only about 6'5", 6'6". Okay, let's try again. LaMelo. Trying to get to the rim. Bronny's on the perimeter. Ball ends up with Mathurin. Should be able to get past the slow-footed Mark Williams. Challenges the shot. Gets the block to go. Off the inbound, Mathurin for 3. This time goes. Lead back in the hands of the Lakers. Patterson on the perimeter, guarded by Mathurin. G.G. Jackson coming off the screen. Cam Thomas stays with him, fouls him. But Jackson finishes the layup. Grizzlies back in front. Who's on Ja? It's Cam Thomas. Jesus, okay. Cam Thomas staying with him so far. Fouls him again. That's the second foul on Cam Thomas. The Grizzlies are just getting to the line at will. Grizzlies now ahead by 3. Bronny has the speed advantage on Patterson. Gets to the rim. Passes out of the shot. We probably could have taken it, to be honest. We'll just go up with Cam Thomas. Goes down. Mathurin on Spencer. LaMelo trying to stay on Ja Morant. Spencer's wide open for 3. Now a 5-point game to the Grizzlies. Okongwu pick and fade. He has Ja Morant on him, which actually should favor us. We turn the ball over. That is disappointing. They have numbers in transition. G.G. Jackson pulls up at the elbow. I'm going to call timeout. I have not liked what I've seen to start this quarter. It's not been good at all. 7-point game. Just about halfway through the quarter. LaMelo driving to the basket. Has the space. Gets the dunk to go. Now has 19, 2 and 5. Probably been our best player so far. An argument could be made for Kent Gary, but he's missed a handful of shots, so we'll probably give it to LaMelo at this stage. Although LaMelo's sort of been just a one-sided player and hasn't been great defensively on Ja Morant. Williams down low. Ja in the corner. Oh, okay, he missed the shot. Jovic going to the rim, no. Trent trying to get by Williams down low. Draws the foul. That's a 3rd foul on Williams. Hopefully if we can foul him out, could be a chance as this game goes on. Jovic going to set the screen for LaMelo. LaMelo hasn't shot a 3 today. Has finally got one to go. That's 22 on the game to go with his 5 assists. We're only 3 points behind. We're still in it. As bad as we've been, we're still in it. Probably could have gotten a little bit more balanced, but we'll take it. Spencer for 3. Gets the 3 points right back for the Grizzlies. LaMelo's trying to get those points back. Gets them to go. He's now got 25. It's a shootout in Los Angeles. Morant gets another easy layup to go. We'll get Trent. Why do I keep calling him Trent? Kent Gary to get the screen. He goes up with it. Gets the 2 points to go. 23 and 7 for Kent Gary. Come on, go up with the block. Good defensive play. Let's pump the brakes a little bit. Dillingham has Gigi Jackson on him. Jovic is coming off a screen. Jar is the matchup. We might post up here. Post fade could be an option. Goes up with the right hand, makes it. Now 1 point game. 3.5 to go in the third. Ja Morant. LaMelo picks him up. Ja trying to get to the rim once again. He's been so good at it so far. LaMelo playing probably the best defense he's played all game. Forces the miss. Mathurin gets the rebound. Let's slow down a little bit. Jovic. Pick and fade. Mathurin off the dribble. Drives right, makes the layup. Oh, LaMelo with the intercept. Caved it up to Dillingham. Wasn't expecting it. Dillingham gets to the rim. Is fouled by Ja. We're going to have free throws. Hopefully they can put us in the lead. Dillingham makes the first. He's been pretty quiet today. Only the 7 points. But these are arguably the biggest free throws of the game so far. Makes both of them. Ja going downhill again. LaMelo holds him up. Less than a minute to go in the third. Williams comes to set the screen. Ugh. Back to a 3-point game. Capella gets the finish. Gary's there but can't get a hand on it. Okay. Let's just get 2 points the easy way. LaMelo. Actually, Mathurin was a little open. We don't go for it. We'll go for another screen and roll. We take the contact. LaMelo goes up with the right hand, makes the layup. But it's a chance for a 2-for-1. LaMelo has 27 on the game. A very low-key 27 as Ja just bounces away. Gets the 2 points far too easy. Now, do we go for the 3 to tie the game? Or do we just get the basket and be down by 1 at quarter time? Gary sets the screen. LaMelo's going to have a dunk here. Goes for the layup, gets it. The Grizzlies have 3 seconds to score. Ja from 3-quarter court misses. It's a 1-point game with a quarter to go. The Lakers have been down for most of the game, but it's not over yet. Start with Lakers box score time. LaMelo, 29, 3 and 6. He's been very good inside the paint. He's been good outside the paint as well. 2 of 5 from deep. 3 of 3 from the foul line. Kent Gary is at his best game of his career. 23 and 7. 9 of 17 from the field. I think he's 5 for 7 from the foul line, just said. He's very good. Mathurin's got 16 off the bench. Cam Thomas has only taken the 7 shots, but has 12 points and 2 assists. Jovic, been pretty good. Dillingham's been pretty quiet, but has been good in spurts. Okongwu's been good. Bronny's only played the 6 minutes, as have a handful of other players, but it's really been the Ja Morant show this game. Hasn't sat down through the entire game so far. 45 points, 15 assists, 3 rebounds, 19 for 32 from the field, 3 of 9 from deep. Team comparison-wise, we did better that quarter, but we still got a bit of work to do to get us the win. There's been big leads in this game, but it's been pretty back and forth. We look at the second half. We won the quarter by 3, but as I said, we've still got a lot of work to do. We're going to stick with the same lineup that's done us well in this third quarter. Hopefully, we can finish strong in the fourth. All right, it's now or never for the Lakers. We're going to start with the same lineup we had ending the quarter. LaMelo gets the dunk, gets him to 31, and gets us the lead back. LaMelo trying to stay with Ja. Goes up with the right hand. Good contest. Jovic has been critical on the boards at certain times. He's been low-key pretty good. Gary in the corner, guarded by Ben Simmons. That's actually sneaky good lineup for us. Dillingham finds... Actually, Jovic down low. I was going for LaMelo in the paint, but we found Jovic at the last second. Great find by Dillingham. Screen set by Capella. Ja Morant, we gave him a little space. Didn't take advantage of it. LaMelo a little all over the shop. Ja Morant, he's been very good so far. We're forcing him out almost to half court. Pulls up in the mid-range. Knocks the jumper down. He has 47 now. Mathurin takes the charge. Great charge taken by Mathurin. LaMelo. Gary's in the corner. Might take the three. Gets fouled and one! Gary! What a guy. 4-point play. No, he misses the free throw. But crucially gets us back in front. Simmons can take that. I don't care. Gary, good contest. Jabari Walker inside, but I'm still getting over that. That Kent Gary 3. He's been very good in this game. LaMelo gets to the rim again. Gets another dunk. Less than 10 to go. Lakers up 2. All right, pick and fade with Jovic. We'll swing to Gary in the corner. We could go again. We thought about going off the dribble. Probably not our best work. LaMelo for 3. Bricks it. Ja Morant. Oh my lord, what a dunk. Dillingham. It's only his first foul, but we've blown a bit of a lead here as Morant. I think that's 52 on the game now. So we're down by 3 with 8 minutes to go. LaMelo, screen set by Gary. Finds Gary down low. Goes up with it. Gets 2 points back. Now has 28. Jeez, how many non-shooters are they playing with at the moment? LaMelo, that's a strong screen by Capella. Ja Morant misses the 3. Jovic gets another rebound. LaMelo has Ben Simmons. Gary. Screen set by Simmons. That's not right. Gary. I'm so confused. Gary has 30. He's been good. 12 for 22 from the field. Feels like he's been worse than that at times. But he's been a surprise in this game. Ja Morant from the elbow. Misses. LaMelo gets the rebound. Dillingham's running to the corner. Though Ja Morant. We might just drive by Ja Morant. That's not going to go. Dillingham has space. Knocks the 3 down. We're up by 4. LaMelo now has 10 assists on the game to go with his 33 and 4. Come on, Simmons. I dare you to shoot. Ja, fade away. Mid-range, misses. LaMelo gets the rebound. Oof. All right, somebody's open. Jabari Walker has Gary. We should be able to bully him down low. We do. We get the 2 points to go. It's now a 6-point game. LaMelo has been excellent in the second half. He's basically played the entire second half. Ja Morant, too many hezzies. Gets the 2 points back. Now it's 54. That might be a career high for Ja Morant as well, has to be said. Ja Morant waiting till the last second. Misses the 3. Gary has an 8th rebound on the game. We'll set the screen. LaMelo drives, gets to the rim, gets the dunk. He's leading the way for the Lakers. Our team captain. I reckon pick and fade. LaMelo will go to Kent Gary in the corner. He's been good. It's another foul by Capella. Gary's got 3 free throws. 2 for 3 from the line for Gary. More importantly, Capella has 4 fouls, but he's now checked out of the game, making that a bit redundant. G.G. Jackson, get the screen set by Williams. Gary, good contest. Mathurin gets the board. Mark Williams can't keep up with him. Gary had the lane. Can we go off the dribble or a post up maybe? Nothing there. We'll kick it out, and that's 3 seconds in the key, unfortunately. Dillingham now has Gigi Jackson, but Ja Morant lurking around. Spencer. Jackson. Goes up for it, gets the dunk. 4-point game. All right, I think LaMelo wants to take the game into his hands. Pick and fade with Jovic. LaMelo going to go straight to the rim. Goes up with the layup, makes it. 37 for LaMelo. Ja going to the rim again. Good contest. Gary has a not a triple-double, a double-double. I was getting excited. His first career double-double. Pick and fade with Gary. LaMelo going to the rim once again. Gets 2 points to go. 8-point lead. Less than 2 minutes to go. Not our starting five, but this five we've used for the majority of the second half have been excellent. LaMelo, good contest. Ja gets his offensive rebound, cuts the lead down to 6 with 90 seconds to go. We'll go pick and fade with Gary. LaMelo got set at the 3-point line. Dillingham has space. We'll give him the 3. Knocks it down. 9-point lead to the Lakers. The Grizzlies need 3s. Actually, LaMelo just lets Ja get to the rim. I don't know. I think Ja might have 60 now. I have no idea. LaMelo, although they're doing a full court press. So you know what that means. We drive all the way to the rim with nobody in between. 30 seconds to go. 41 for LaMelo. Ja goes up again for another dunk. We might have to look up how many dunks Ja Morant had in this game. We'll kill a bit of time. I'm pretty comfortable that we've won this game. If we can get Gary another 3, that would be nice. Let's go for it. Gareth. Oh, that's a shame. But it's going to be a Lakers win. As it didn't look like it for majority of the game. But the Lakers win by 7 in a tough fight with the Grizzlies. And LaMelo Ball gets your 2K player of the game. Not that surprising. He was exceptional. But it was really a 3-man show in this game between LaMelo Ball, Ja Morant, and the ever-surprising Kent Gary. LaMelo ended up with 41, 5, and 10. Played 42 minutes. 18 for 22 from the field. Didn't miss a basket inside the paint. Had 6 dunks in this game. Really low-key, very good. And then we go to Kent Gary. Missed a few jumpers towards the end, but 13 for 26 from the field to go with his 34 points. 10 boards and an assist. Didn't really get that many steals or blocks. We didn't get any. Had 3 turnovers. 1 for 2 from deep. 7 of 11 from the foul line. I think he might have had our best plus-minus on the game. He did. He had our best plus-minus on the game. That is surprising. Mathurin didn't score a great deal in the fourth quarter, but was really good defensively, as was, Dillingham was in and around the game. Cam Thomas only played the 25 minutes for 12 points. Jovic, critical defensively on those 10 rebounds. Missed a handful of 3s, but was still pretty good. Okongwu, once we knew Gary was going to have a really good game, we just sort of let Okongwu sort of sit on the bench and do stuff. And then Bronny, Brown, Wiggins, and Okoro sort of played sort of bench minutes. And then we had Gafford, who's currently injured, Payne, Clarkson, and Niang not play. Ja Morant, 62 and 15. Played all 48 minutes. 6 rebounds and 2 steals as well. 27 for 50 from the field. 3 for 11 from deep. 5 for 6 from the foul line. How many dunks? Only got the 6 dunks. I thought it would have been higher than that. Mark Williams was really impressive, as was Gigi Jackson, Jabari Walker. Patterson had a pretty quiet game, but Cam Spencer was also really good in the minutes he played. Clint Capella was in foul trouble for a lot of the game. I think he ended up with 4 fouls. Simmons didn't really do much. And then Vince Williams Jr. may as well not have been out there. He played 19 minutes and his only stat was a turnover. He might have also gotten a foul if he was lucky. Got a foul. Good for him. Team stat-wise, we shot a few more 3s in the second half. We ended up with a better field goal percentage, although they made more field goals. But just the 3s, the effort at the foul line, defensive plays, bench points. I don't know how many lead changes there were in the end, but the biggest lead was 9, which I believe which we got in the final quarter. We ended up winning by 7, but if we look at the fourth quarter, They shot 44%. They didn't hit any threes. We shot 59% in the last quarter. It was very, very good. So it's as simple as outscoring them, but you got to play well defensively. And in that last quarter, we played really well defensively. And I'm very happy with how we played, even though LaMelo got 62 dropped on his head. But that brings us to the back end of November. Now, I'm going to skip through the in-season tournament. We won it. We're actually back-to-back champions, so if we win it again, I'm not too fussed. But the next game that I want to play is this January 1st Miami game. Now, they made a series of transactions in the offseason. They picked up De'Aaron Fox. They've still got Bam. They've still got Tyler Hero. So I think that's going to be a really interesting game. They're only 9-8 on the season, but we're going to be skipping forward to that game. We're going to be skipping through basically the entire month of December and the rest of the NBA Cup. So let's just see how it all plays out. Gafford's going to be coming back from injury shortly. We got offered a first-round pick and a center for Bronny James. I'm going to say no. Gafford is back from injury. I'm going to quickly tweak the rotation and include him back. Gafford got injured again, so I'm just going to continue the simulation once again. We'll go to December 31st. We'll just scout the best first-rounders as per usual with our draftees. Actually, that's not what I normally do. I normally do second rounders and sleepers. And then hopefully we can continue. Patrick Williams and a top 10 protected first from the Bulls for Cam Thomas. I'm going to say no. Gafford's return. I'm just going to leave him out of the rotation. Dillingham is injured. We'll continue for now. Dillingham now has a broken nose. We'll continue for now. One of his injuries has healed. Bronny's injured. We'll leave that. I think we just won the NBA Cup for the third season in a row. We will double check as we'll have a look at our injury concerns. We'll patch all this up. I think we'll take Dillingham out for now. How much longer is he injured for? He's only injured for another 1 to 2 weeks. So we might as well leave it, but I will take... Who's playing worse between... Actually, Wiggins is playing terribly. We'll take Wiggins out of the rotation. We'll put Gafford back in. He can play 14 minutes as our backup. That is all better. We'll save that. But let's have a look at the NBA Cup final once again. We smoked Orlando. Kent Gary got 2 points in a minute. That's nice. As Okongwu fouled out. Wow, France led the scoring. Banchero. I was looking for Banchero. I couldn't find him. He had a terrible game. But we won the NBA Cup final. Awesome. And we got a few more games here to go before we get through to Miami. We finally lose a game. We were 27-1 for a while. Koulibaly, Brogdon, Cam Thomas, and Cam Payne. I'm going to say no for now. Dillingham has now been healthy. LaMelo's out with left knee tendonitis for 6 to 8 weeks. That is annoying. So he's going to be out for a while, but we are equipped to deal with it. I'm just going to reset the rotation like that. I won't start Mathurin just for consistency's sake, but I will put Cam Thomas at the 2, and then, what do we do, actually? That's a good question. We'll give Bronny a break out of the rotation for now. I think that's what we'll do. Georges Niang and Clarkson can hang out as reserves. Kent Gary doing pretty good. What's his per 36 stats? I like it. Not a lot of blocks, but I'm not too worried about it. We'll reduce these minutes. Christian Brown can go down to 18. Mathurin can play 30. Okongwu 28. We'll get Dillingham up to 38. Okoro can sort of hang around there. And then we'll get... I think that's what we'll do. We'll leave that for now. We've also got a conversation with Ime Udoka as our head scout. We'll see what he's up to. El Capitan, that's me. He wants us to do some more scouting of teams before the playoffs. Let's do it. That is all good. We're 30-4 to start the season. I like it. We'll have a look at the NBA standings. We are currently top of the West, but a lot of similar teams in playoff position compared to, last year's standings. Like the Timberwolves were around last year. Dallas were in the conference finals. We played Portland in the first round, I think. Then we played Denver and OKC in past playoff series. But the Spurs are new. The Grizzlies are new. Pelicans are in a play-in tournament spot. The Jazz are around there. The Rockets. The Clippers, who I thought would be good, are not doing too well. And then the Suns, despite having Booker and Durant, are struggling. So we'll have a look at that, and then we'll have a look at the East. Orlando leading the way, that's not surprising. Toronto being good is surprising. They picked up Jamal Murray in the offseason. They got Grady Dick, RJ Barrett, Scotty Barnes. They've actually got a pretty good team now that I look at it on paper. Boston's good. Charlotte coming along nicely. Brandon Miller, I know, is having a good season. Really a one-man show with Brandon Miller. The Celtics are bouncing back. I can't see Jaylen Brown. He might be injured, I assume. Yes, he is. They have Sohan as well. Jesus. Indiana, I think they were the first seed last year, down in the 5th seed. I know they've had a few injury issues. The Knicks have dropped down. Detroit is around the place. Brooklyn have now out of the bottom of the East. They're down the 9 seed. Philadelphia, we knew that they wouldn't be good. And then Cleveland, as much as it breaks my heart, aren't doing very well. Milwaukee, we're on Giannis watch. It's official. We actually technically have their first round pick this year, which is helpful. Because if we look at our future picks, it is a swap best between the Pelicans and the Bucks. So if we go to the mock draft, we are a chance at getting the #1 pick. And I've had my eye on this guy, Richard Walsh. He's got the Tim Duncan player comparison, which I'm very excited about. So we're keeping an eye on him for now. He's 7 feet tall and plays power forward. He hasn't got a great wingspan, but we'll keep an eye on him as the season goes by. That might be a pick we trade up for. But that will do it for today. Miami, we'll have a look at their roster again just before we wrap things up. Terry Rozier is injured, but they have an excellent team. De'Aaron Fox, Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez. Mitch Robinson's on the squad. Scott Bradley, I'm not familiar with his work. It appears he was on Memphis last year. I'll believe it. Jalen Hood-Schifino used to play for us. Jared Vanderbilt used to play for us. Terry Rozier didn't used to play for us, but is on the team. Theo Young, I believe, was a draft pick last year. Looks like a good find. Kel'el Ware hasn't really played. Josh Christopher's a guy. It's another draft pick. Hasn't really played. And then they got Jacob Toppin as well to sort of top things off, I suppose. But that will do it for today, guys. We'll have a quick look at contract extensions. Okongwu still doesn't want to sign. LaMelo is having a hell of a season. Can we look at MVP? No, we can't just yet, but that'll do it. Okay, enough said. Thank you so much for watching up until this point, guys. Leave a like and subscribe if you did enjoy. And until next time, I hope you have a lovely day wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you guys then. Bye.